Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs. So in this video, I'm going to do a very quick review of Game 3, Montreal Canadiens and the Vegas Golden Knights in Round 3 of the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs. I'm also going to do a quick preview of Game 4, which is also taking place in Montreal. And as a matter of fact, it's taking place tonight. So let's get right into it. Before we do, give a thumbs up if you liked the video. Any comments you may have in the comment section. I will be giving my guess for the Guess the Score contest for Game 4. If you guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game, you could win a $10 prize directly into your bank account via Interact. So you need the score of the game and the first goal scorer. You can come from either team, but you need those two elements to win the prize. All right, let's get right into it. First thing I do want to say is the reffing was atrocious in Game 3. It was horrible, and not a surprise, it was Chris Lee. Chris Lee is notoriously bad against when he refs for a game where Montreal plays in, and there was no difference here. The bad news here is same refs as in Game 3 for Game 4. So we're looking at the same kind of garbage tonight, I would imagine, unless with all the flack that was online and everything, maybe he'll clean up his act and they'll actually do the job. I don't know. We're going to find out tonight. All right, so Game 3 was Vegas 2, Montreal 3. This was in the first overtime, and this was an amazing comeback by Montreal. They were totally outplayed all game until about midway through the third. They started to come back a little bit, and people I live stream during the game, and people were saying, "Oh, Montreal looks like they're starting to get their legs under them," and they did. They were able to do that. So let's go over the scoring. First period, no scoring. Second period, 3:16 in, Eric Staal makes a bad pass in his own zone, I think through the center, and it's picked up by Nicolas Roy, and he fires a quick shot that Carey Price was not ready for, and boom, you got a goal. They open the scoring, and it's 1-0 unassisted, and it's Roy's third of the playoffs. Now, 40 seconds later, Montreal counters that with a beautiful, beautiful goal by Cole Caulfield. Nick Suzuki finds Caulfield. I believe it's Suzuki. Yes, he finds Caulfield in the neutral zone. Suzuki's coming up on the right side, and he feeds Caulfield just over the line. A nice little soft pass, and Caulfield just goes, and it's a breakaway. And he gets to Fleury, and he freezes him. This is what I think he was going 5-hole. He freezes him thinking going 5-hole, and instead he goes up in the top corner on the far side. Just a beautiful goal scorer's goal. I mean, that's a sniper's goal, and just amazing. Caulfield is having a great playoffs. He's in his last 5 games, 5 points, rookie player. I think anybody thinking that he's not ready for the NHL, well, think again. Third period, 2:22 in, Alex Pietrangelo gets his 4th from Max Pacioretty, who I'm not very happy with as an ex-Hab and the stuff he's doing. But anyway, Max Pacioretty and Thomas Nosek. And, I honestly don't remember that goal, so I'm not going to go over it. 18:05 in the third. Now, this is, they're up 2-1, and it's looking like this is how it's going to end, right? So this is the third period, by the way, not the second. And it looks like it's going to go 2-1, and they're going to win this game. And at 18:05, the puck comes. I don't know how far it came from, but it ringed around to behind the net. Fleury goes to play the puck, and he totally mishandles it. It goes through his feet, off his skate, and it pops out into the crease. And there's nobody. And it's a totally open crease. And who's skating by? Josh Anderson skating right by, and he just back into the, it was a beautiful little goal. Actually, probably that way, whatever. Anyway, so he ties it up with a minute and 55 left. Minute 55 left, tie game where we thought for sure this is over. Montreal just not looking good enough because they were coming back and they were starting to look better, but still not to where they needed to be. And they were outplayed like literally all game. Outplayed. The refs missing calls left and right. This was a horribly officiated game. Listen, I've been watching hockey for over 50 years, and I cannot remember a game that the officials were this bad. Atrocious. I don't know what else to say. And expecting the same tonight. So this ties it up, and we go to overtime. And in between waiting for the overtime to happen, I asked the question of the guys that were on my stream with me, like, Montreal seems destined in overtime. They're going to win. They're going to win, and they did. I mean, it was just an amazing overtime. Totally turned it around. Montreal came out. You figure, okay, well, they weren't playing that great. You're worried about it, even though you feel that they're destined. You're still worried about it because of the way they were playing all game. But they turn it around, and they come out in the third period, and they were the dominant team, in my opinion. The shots were 5 shots for Vegas and 6 for Montreal in the overtime. I thought it just looked like Montreal's got a shot here. Montreal's going to win, and it happens with a goal at 12:53. Anderson gets his third from Byron and KK, and this is just an amazing goal. KK, I think he wins the puck just inside the line, feeds it up to Byron. Byron comes in with Anderson on his wing, and Byron totally freezes Fleury with a fake shot. He goes for a wrist shot. Fleury buys in completely, and in the same motion, he passes it to Anderson, and really close to Fleury. Like, if Fleury hadn't bought in that well, he would have been able to knock that puck away, but he had totally bought into the shot. Over to the side, Anderson has an open net and makes no mistake about it. And they win in overtime. And wow, all I can say, I mean, I just jumped up and I kind of did up you to the refs. And just what an amazing goal. Byron, like, turning into a playmaker, because it's just a beautiful little pass. He totally freezed out Fleury. Fleury bought totally into it, and just that little soft pass over to Anderson. I mean, just amazing. So Montreal wins it in overtime, and let's go over to the stats. 45 shots to 27 for Vegas. The faceoffs, 51% for Vegas, 49% for Montreal. So I think early on, Montreal was getting killed in the faceoff circle. But later in the game, they started to win all the faceoffs in overtime. Phil Deneau, amazing. And they brought that total way back because they were, from what I can tell, they were getting killed in the faceoff circle. Power play, 0 for 4 for Vegas. So the penalty kill, again, near perfect. Montreal, 1 penalty, that's it. Now, I in my head it was 2. I don't know if I made a mistake writing that down. Yeah, I did. It was 2. It was 2. So, and it didn't feel like Vegas were giving Montreal anything. There was a penalty to KK on Pacioretty. KK gets his stick in between Pacioretty's legs. Innocently enough, Patch grabs it, picks it up into his crotch, and holds on to it till he gets the call. There was a hit on Nick Suzuki. I thought was just... he was skating like full blast, and so, like, I thought that was a headshot. He might have contacted him here, but the elbow came up into the, that should have been a penalty. There was a trip on Leckie I thought should have been a penalty. There was a hit similar to the Suzuki one on Leckie I thought should have been a penalty. And then there was in overtime on Corey Perry, I think it's Marcia, so a puck's bouncing, whatever, it's in the air. He takes the stick and a baseball grip, and he swings at the puck, and the stick blade catches Perry on the nose. In my previous video about the refs, I thought it was more of a cross-check to the nose. I was going by what someone else said because I hadn't actually seen it well. And then I saw it yesterday, and it was a two-handed swing. I mean, that should have been a penalty without a doubt. Blood pouring out of Perry's face. That's at least a double minor. Probably a 10-minute misconduct. I mean, this guy should have been out for the rest of the overtime. And maybe the game. I don't know. That was horrible officiating. Fleury, did I finish it? 36 to 52 were the hits. 21 block shots and 20 for Montreal. They were blocking a lot of shots. Fleury, 24 of 27, an .889 save percentage. Price, 43 of 45, and .956 save percentage. I think that all time for Montreal, that's one of the top save percentages in a single game. I forget what the stat was in Montreal's history. So he's got like 3rd or 4th on the list, maybe 6th. Shots, first period, 17 to 3 for Vegas. 3 shots for Montreal, horrible. Next period, not much better, 13 to 5. So first 2 periods, 8 shots for Montreal, but they came back. Like I said, they started to turn it around. 10 for Vegas, 13 for Montreal, and then the 5 and 6 in overtime. My 3 stars of this game. Third star, Byron. That was just an amazing, like in overtime, how much pressure is there? And he just made a beautiful play. Anderson, 2 goals, the tying goal and the game winner. Being in the right place at the right time, I get it in the first goal. But I mean, that, you know, and speed, my God, this guy was skating. It's unbelievable how he can fly. Price, of course, gets the first star. Price was amazing. He stopped 43 of 45 shots. A lot of them were, like, he had some amazing saves. I mean, Price has been just lights out. Honorable mention to Corey Perry. What leadership. Getting that shot to the face in overtime. Getting up, knowing no call, freaking out for a second, getting off the ice, and allowing, you know, the Habs come back and win. It wasn't even enough time for him to get fully stitched up. He came back out, and to congratulate the guys. Yeah, so amazing. But good leadership on Perry, and he was pretty good all night. He was pretty good all night, I thought. Let's see, missed calls on Vegas, bullshit calls on Montreal, crazy. Montreal was outplayed all game till the end of the third, found their game in overtime. Price kept them in it until they found their way, and that's been the case pretty much since game 4 of the first round. Huge mistake by Fleury, turned the game around because that changed it, allowed them to tie it up and go into overtime, and the rest is history. Byron with the fake out and terrific pass for the winner. These are the highlights for me. Vegas dirty hits all night. Refs just looked the other way. And like I said, worst ref game I've ever seen. Next game, tonight in Montreal, 8 o'clock start. My pregame show will start at 7, and I'll be doing the game also at 8 o'clock. Vegas is 9-7 in the playoffs. Habs are 10-4. But it's only a lucky 10 wins. According to everybody, they're just lucky to have those 10 wins. Goals per game, 3 for Vegas, 2.50 for Montreal. Goals against, 2.35 for Vegas, 2.29 for Montreal. For Vegas, those are 4th, both of them. Montreal, it's 11th and 3rd. Power play, 10.5% for Vegas. Horrible. 16th, so they're last in the playoffs. 18.9% for Montreal. 8th, PK. 72.7% for Vegas, that's 12th, and Montreal with an incredible 92.7% success rate on the penalty kill. That's incredible, and that's obviously first in the league for the playoffs. Face-off win percentage, 53.1% for Vegas, 2nd, and 50.2% for Montreal, 8th. So not bad, they're right in the middle of the pack for the playoffs. Leading scorers for each team: Carlson, 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points. Peter Angelo, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. Marchessault, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points. And Pacioretty, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. He had a hot start until he met Montreal in the playoffs, and he's only had 1 point since in those 3 games. Fleury, 9-6, 197 goals against, and a 921 save percentage. On the other side, Toffoli, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. Suzuki, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. Perry, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. And there's somebody else with 8 points, but I wanted to put Caulfield up there. 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. Price is 10-4 with a 2.10 goals against and a 932 save percentage. This is a must-win game for Vegas. If they go down 3-1, I mean, they got to win all 3 games to finish it out. I don't think that's going to happen. So it's a must-win for Vegas Golden Knights and the referees, because we obviously know the referees want Vegas to win. And if you want to come at me with that, I mean, the proof is in the games. So this is a must-win for Vegas and for the refs. Vegas and the refs will hit Montreal with everything they have. Expect Vegas to come out really hitting hard. And the refs to look the other way, because I don't see how that's going to change. The PK and Price will have to stay hot. The PK is going to have to stay, because Montreal's been getting called for bullshit, right? Bullshit calls. Not all of them, but most of them. So you got to expect a couple of bullshit calls, and we're going to have power plays, or penalty kills there. Penalty kills going to have to be good. Price, have to stay hot. I don't expect that to change. They got to play a 60-minute game, and they got to play better than they did in Game 3. Scoring first is going to be super important. score 2 for Montreal and they win. Apparently, I forgot a letter there. But apparently Montreal in the playoffs, right now, if they score 2 goals, they win the game. They haven't lost a game, but they've scored 2 or more goals. So this is fantastic, and let's hope that keeps on. Play as a 5-man unit. They have been fantastic playing as a 5-man unit, each guy playing for the guy next to him. They're playing for themselves, and the character on this team is what's winning that and Carey Price in the PK. Richardson, very capable behind the bench, no longer worried. He's got actually a good record in, I think he had like 4 or 5 seasons in Binghamton. He's coached a lot more than any of the other guys. I have no problem with Richardson. And Ducharme's out for 14 days. Richardson's going to be behind the bench right up through, I think, if we win this series through game 1 of the finals. Keep the game plan and execute. Don't change it. I wouldn't change anything except they got to play better. They have to execute better. That means the forecheck needs to be stronger, in my opinion, and they got to win the neutral zone, which is what basically Vegas is doing. They got to do that again. Game 2, they did that. They got to do that again here, and they should win game 4. Okay, time for my guess for the Guess the Score contest. If you guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game, doesn't matter what team you pick the goal scorer from, but you need both of those things to win. You could win a $10 directly into your bank account via Interac. My pick for that is going to be very simple. That's what I'm going with. So, first of all, a 3-2 score is kind of common. I think it's the most common score, and especially in the playoffs. I think so, and I'm going to go another 3-2, and I'm not changing. 3-2 Montreal, and I'm going to give the hero of that game first goal, Corey Perry. So I've got 3-2 Montreal again. Corey Perry with the goal. This is the first time I could really say with confidence, I got a lot of confidence in that score. Montreal can beat these guys. Montreal can win this series. They got to bear down, screw the goddamn refs, and just keep getting up and keep fighting and keep beating them, because it's 2 more games left. They got to win 3. We got to win 2 out of the next 4. That's a big hurdle for them and a lesser hurdle for us. So with a win here tonight, you can kind of control that, and I think they're going to win. So there you go. Let me know in the comment section what you think for the Guess the Score contest. Give a thumbs up if you like the video, and if you're new to the channel or you're just a Habs fan like I am and you want to get more Habs videos like this, subscribe, ring that notifications bell, and that'll get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge right here at Talkin' Habs. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. Stay safe out there. See you at the 7 o'clock pregame show. Peace out, y'all. Bye, everybody.